Hey everyone, wanted to make a video following up to something I mentioned in my last video about the Google algorithm update. And that is about where is SEO really going to go? What does the future of SEO look like? What's going to be required for brands to see success with Google and to really continue to drive organic traffic? I think a lot of things are going to change, but there's three things in particular that I think are going to be different and three things that are going to be required for brands to meet in order to see SEO success. So if we look at Google's recent announcement and we also just look at what Google said over the past couple of years, a pattern emerges about helpful content. And Google's kind of always said this, or at least in some variation. It makes, kind of sense that it wants to put content out there that, of course, is helpful, but recent announcements have been a little bit more pointed about what Google considers to be helpful content. It's even started to put out new documentation and refreshed old documentation about SEO, which is not something that it's really done a lot. Really only up until the past year or so has Google been more aggressive and vocal about SEO content and really what it's looking for. But that's changed. Google's been a little bit more, again, vocal and given more instruction, and this idea of helpful content has arisen. So I think the first thing that's going to change is the barrier to getting a page one ranking is going up. It's always been going in the direction of being a little bit tougher, but I think from what I've seen, smaller brands, companies that haven't necessarily done SEO, who used to see success sometimes by accident, that's going to be a little harder for them to rank. I think the barrier for a page one ranking is going to be higher. It's going to require more investment. It's going to require more in-depth content, and just a better overall product is going to be needed in order for Google to rank your website. I'll get into like the specifics of that in a moment, but I think that's one big change. Is it's going to be harder to get on page one. Google is really being more aggressive, getting rid of the spam, getting rid of the low information content. And so the stuff that I'm seeing ranking, it's really brands that have been doing SEO for a while or who have been around for a while, and they just have the resources to invest in content marketing and in SEO content. Those are the ones that I think from all the algorithm updates recently have been benefiting. And I think that's just a sign that it's going to be harder for brands to rank on page one. That being said, I also think that the benefits of ranking on page one will be much higher. I think that the second thing is Google wants an original point of view in the content. A lot of what SEO is right now is brands looking at the top 10 rankings, looking at the content that ranks on page one, and pulling pieces of information, changing it slightly, but then just repackaging it and calling it their own and trying to rank on page one. Google's tired of that. It does not want you to just be creating content solely with the purpose of trying to get a page one ranking. It wants something original. It wants something from an authoritative source that's relevant. So unique perspectives, first-party data, bringing fresh ideas and fresh angles to the table is really what's going to, I think, rank more and more going forward. And I think that will change the tools that are used for SEO right now. So there's a lot of content optimizers that will score your content and give you different in various grades for how well optimized it is. Well, again, those tools primarily pull from the page one results, and they have their own little algorithm that tells you what keywords to put in headlines and word count. I'm not saying that those won't work anymore, but I don't think that getting an A+ score in those or getting all of the boxes checked is going to mean that you'll rank. Overall, creating content that is original, has unique perspectives and information and new ideas and better ideas to some extent is going to be almost a requirement to getting a page one ranking. The third thing is related more towards Google's update about spam, but I think link building is going to be evolving. The way link building worked before was you could basically go buy links and do link exchanges and link swaps, and the more links you had, the better your content appeared. Well, there's a couple of things that are going to happen. Number one, I think Google is catching on to some of these link farms, and I think honestly a lot of the websites that were selling links, they were junk websites. They're probably going to be de-indexed over the next few months here. So the power or the backlink power that a lot of companies had, if they got links from those types of sources, they're going to be gone. They're not going to help anymore. What I do think is going to work is good old fashioned, like basically brand building and public relations. So manually reaching out and getting links, writing original high quality content for websites. I think the link building game, kind of like the content game, is going to be stepped up a whole lot. So for brands, again, who have been getting links primarily buying them or swapping for them or just doing something that Google really isn't in favor of anymore, I don't think that link building in that way is going to be as effective. Links, however, will be important. We know that links matter and they're helpful for SEO. They're good to have. I think they're just going to have to be gotten the right way. Those are some of the things I think that are going to change and some of the shifts that are going to occur in SEO. I still think SEO is going to be extremely valuable. It's going to be around. Google's not going anywhere. Brands who want to find success and who want those page one rankings are going to have to invest more and have a better content product in order to see SEO success.